Hello, my name is Mandla Mtshali Zwane. So I'm a lighting designer. I'm a theater, well, an events technical guy, I suppose. I do a lot of other things except for lighting design, but right now I'm doing lighting design for Abigail Kubeka's tribute, and we are busy plotting this. These are the last hours before we get into the show. I think we have about 5 hours before we get into the show. So we're just doing final preps, and yeah, it is what it is, and it's happy times. I'm very excited to be doing this. I'm very privileged to be doing this. This is such an honor, except for just being able to do what I love. To do this tribute is absolutely amazing. I mean, I couldn't ask for better at this point. I mean, it is amazing. It is amazing to be part of this, and all the people that are involved in this. We have the Olira, who's performing as well. There's Brenda Mtambo, Trumpis, Mdu. There's quite there's Lerato Velas as the MC as well. So it's amazing. I mean, and I'm quite excited to be working with James again. It is an opportunity, man. It is an opportunity, and I think I'll cherish this for forever. Thanks to Temba as well for giving me the call to come and do this. We've done Divas of Kofifi prior to this, I think in 2016. So yeah, I think it was also the show was Divas of Kofifi, and Mama Abigail was also part of the show. So to meet again and to honor her like this, man, I feel blessed, absolutely blessed. There's no words to really express this. Yeah, it's an honor, it's a privilege. I'm blessed to be doing this. I am grateful that I am doing this. So I started when I was in high school. I knew that I wanted to do something that involves technology, also that involves creativity. So I found lighting design to be, but only later, but I found that lighting design I just fit well with it. Also, so when I finished school, I went to join a program, theater. It was a theater training program in Newtown. You trained sound, lighting, stage managing. All of these things that you do behind the scenes to make a theater production. And then after a couple of years, and I realized that actually I like doing that, and I thought I need to go to school, and I found that Pretoria Tech then, and then I found the course at Pretoria Tech, which is TUT now, was called Entertainment Technology. So I went and I studied the course, and I mean, we were studying the course, and then I did a couple of shows at the school. Also, I would come out and do shows and at the Market Theatre. doing your dance umbrellas, your Arts Alive festivals. This was in what? 2003, 2000, yeah, 2000, between 2000, 2003 or 4. Yeah, and while I was studying, I think, and after school, I went, did my practicals. There's a company called MGG. I did my practicals in MGG for a couple of months, and then immediately after that, I remember it was 2007 or 2008, and I left to go do a show. I went to go on tour to do a show in France, in Europe. It was my first time going to Europe, and yeah, as a lighting designer and running the show and doing video, sound and lighting for the show, setting it up, was quite an experience. So, and then after I came back, freelanced with a couple of companies, dance companies, theater companies, and eventually I joined the Market Theater. Joined the Market as a stage manager, and I worked for a couple of years at the Market, and I left. I went to the Lyric Theater. I did head of lighting there, and that's where most of what I'm doing now came from there. And with the experience of stage managing and sort of production managing, that's also came in handy. And now I'm, yeah, well, there's quite a lot. I mean, I left the Lyric, went touring with different shows, freelanced for theater and events, and some with Gear House. But yeah, it's quite a lot of shows, corporate shows as well. But I think what I love the most is being in this space here. It's theater, and so I did dance shows. Hey, it's just that I'm busy. I'm a little bit busy, but I'm trying to remember the names of the shows. I'll tell you recently. So some shows that I designed in Pretoria at the State Theatre. It's Sophia Town, which has been running for quite a while, and what else? I did The Fisherman with James, Sophia Town with Aubrey, and then I worked with VDT with Gregory Makoma at some point. Carrying on from the previous location, change location. so I think the other thing I just want to talk about is the opportunities in terms of what being in the arts will sort of provide, because you get to meet a lot of people. Well, there's different types of art. So in the performance art, so in behind the scenes sort of work, you get other people who do makeup, who do sound, who do set design. There's lighting design. There's your production managers. In a big event, there's a lot of people that work behind the scenes. So if you'd find that there's probably about 50 plus people working on the production. That would afford you also opportunities to sort of meet people, travel a lot, work with different companies, The exciting thing is about it's traveling, learning new cultures, being in different continents, making new friends. It's exciting. It's exciting, but it's also, you also need to be able to work hard, work under pressure, be able to keep to time. I suppose the other thing, if you're talented enough to do the thing, you can, you can. It's also takes dedication. It takes a lot of learning. You need to be able to want to learn every day. You never get old in this. There's new things that are coming in, and on a daily basis, there's new technologies coming in. Whether in theater space, in event space, in the filming space, there's always something new coming in. So you have to learn. You have to want to learn, and be teachable in that sense, and not. I've never lived on arriving. You never arrive anywhere. You don't arrive, man. It's always a journey. Always something new to look forward to. There's events companies, there is production houses, there is theater companies, there's theater institutions that are government funded, there's theater companies that produce theater work. So suppose you look at in an event space, you look at maybe outdoor events, you find companies like Gearhouse, MGG, where you can go in and do lighting, and in terms of lighting design, you can learn how to do design there, but it's it's a larger scale. And there's theater. Theater, you get to light dramas, which is I wouldn't say I specialize in theater. I do pretty much everything, but so you can. I mean, right now we're in Joburg Theater. We're lighting a show at the Joburg Theater. I've lit shows in most of the theaters in South Africa. So it's, and even abroad. So theater is theater. There isn't much. Well, there's different variations in different sort of countries, but in terms of lighting, it's theater is just theater. You get an opportunity to go light a show. In most cases, theater shows do travel, and then you get to travel with the show as a lighting designer. But yeah, I mean, lighting design it's something that it's also a personal thing. You can learn how to design shows, but it's also a personal thing on how it's almost like an art, It's an art. So it's not almost, it is an art, and it also how you see things, because we might look at the same thing, but we don't see the same thing. So it is that where your headspace is at, how you look at things. That's pretty much what lighting design sort of gets into. So in terms of opportunities, yeah, there's different shows to light. There's dance, drama, opera, music. There's all sorts of shows that you can light as a lighting designer. But if you open yourself up to sort of, if you open yourself up to the challenge and wanting to learn and do as much as you can. This type of education where you get so education is very, very important, because you're not only learning lighting design, you learn how to look at, to take something from text and bring it to There isn't a lot of school that you would learn lighting design, but you are very lucky to come across a school that teaches lighting design and give you practice as well. So if you get that chance, you go to school, practice. In my case, I went to school, studied, but also while I was studying, I was also shadowing other lighting designers who were old, long in the game, studying from them what they do, you know, to make the show happen, how to make certain things look like whatever that they want to make it look like. But it is one of those things that it's always best to have somebody who would mentor you into that, so then you can learn, and because we learn every day. I still learn even today. I still mentor, I still get mentored by other lighting designers, in that sense that you also want to learn and see how other lighting designers do things, This is why I'm here, to show that as a black child from Ekasi, I was born and brought up in Soweto. So, from Ekasi, you can do it, This is why I'm here, to also lead the way for other black lighting designers who want to come into the space. I've mentored other young lighting designers coming up, different from, for every production I would take somebody to mentor, like, come along, let's do this. But it also comes from you, that you want to do the thing. If you want to do something, no one can stop you. If you have the talent, the dedication, the talent is one thing, but if you're willing to work hard to get to where you need to, then it is possible. If you're willing to take the chance and be a lighting designer, it is possible. I'm here. I am a lighting designer. I've done shows for. This has been on it for almost over 20 years, doing theater and in the live events and theater industry. So and I've been a lighting designer for almost 15 years now, doing lighting shows. So it is possible, it is possible. It's a thing that when you start, it's difficult. You have to build up trust from people, from clients, from institutions, to put yourself out there. But putting yourself out there means then you put your heart into the work, and you make sure that whatever that you do, and then the work that you put in, it also shows on stage, that this, I suppose other people have signatures in terms of how they work, some people say I have a signature. You can see that this show was done by me. So it's, I try to run away from that, but it's not a bad thing to have a signature, but it's also it is a good thing in the sense that once people are able to identify your work like an artist, then you halfway there, to getting somewhere. But yeah, as I said earlier, there is no arrival. It's a journey, as long as you're willing to work hard. Put your heart into the work. Let the work speak. I'm not a person that talks a lot. I just do. I just do the work. It's not easy being a black lighting designer in South Africa or in the whole entire world. So and I've also and being a young lighting designer being young and black in lighting. It is a challenge. It's quite tough. So The challenge is that people would look at you and go, "What do you know about lighting?" You know, until maybe until maybe they see the work that you are doing and what you are doing, and then they start sort of giving you some form of respect. But it's never a fully, you know. There's always people who are doubting your ability in that sense, and not only white people, also our black brothers in the arts. They also would also doubt your ability in that sense. So it's I don't really want to dwell on that much, but it is a challenge. But every challenge you can overcome the challenge. You just need to focus on the work. You know, whether you're black or white, no one can take away your talent, your hard work, and all that you put into the work. You know, so I mean, it's challenging, but hey, man, no one is here to do you any favors in work like any other career in anywhere else. If you want to do the work, then you come out, you do the work, and give it your best shot. And being black will, it's a challenge, but it's not an excuse not to try and reach for your dream. You know, right? The art space is a very hard space to navigate. Kunabaningi abathi ngifake, you know, ngifake, but like any other thing, when you want to do, you educate yourself for the thing. You know, you cannot just go, uhambe uthi ufike ebank uthi aningifake ungakwazi ukubala imali. You know what I mean? That's exactly what that is. So if you want to do anything in the arts, educate yourself about the arts. There's a lot of art schools. You go study the arts, come out, do professional work. It's time, and it's high time that when you do the arts, you take your arts seriously. For me, it is a career. I don't have any other thing that I am sort of falling on and going, no, if it fails over you know. It's for me, it is a passion I want to do. I love doing it. And don't come into the arts thinking, it's famous. There's a lot of other things in the arts besides being an actor or dancer or musician, or I'm a lighting designer, and not everybody. I suppose there's minute bit of people know me, you know, and I'm living off the arts and doing the art, you know. So there is a lot of other things to do in the arts. So if you want to do the arts, go to school. If you cannot go to school for the arts, and then you know, to go to school for the arts, it is very important that you do that. Be passionate about it. Be willing to give it everything that you've got. You know, it is a tough industry, but be willing to give it what you've got, like any other thing. If it's your dream, make it happen, you know?